So the question really was, what is it about this gig that I enjoy the most? And the answer to that question was writing.
In a way, I talk about writing like a contact sport. It's dynamic. It's something that you have to convince people to come along with you for this ride.
I think that most scholarly history writing is neither as bad nor as good as a lot of people think. People write these caricatures, oh yeah, those scholars, they're dry as dust, and it's really not.
Welcome to Drafting the Past, a podcast devoted to the craft of writing history. I'm your host, Kate Carpenter, and in each episode, I'll talk to a historian about everything from when and where they do their writing.
It's certainly a lot easier to get a lot of words on the page when I've got the full day to do it.
I get up in the morning and I go for a run, which is where 90% of the actual thinking about writing happens.
Even to this day, I'm more productive in dense, noisy coffee shop environments.
To how or if they stay organized.
The books, I just rely on muscle memory to find them in whichever pile I have left them.
I mean, this sounds familiar to anyone who's writing a book. You have massive, massive note files for chapters.
I turned to Scrivener kind of in desperation.
To their sources of inspiration.
But I think some of the most interesting experiments with narrative style are happening on television right now.
I read a ton of novels, and my favorite kind of novels are science, speculative, and police procedurals.
For more great conversations about writing all kinds of history, subscribe to Drafting the Past now wherever you get your podcasts so you won't miss a single episode.
I so appreciate this podcast. I wish it had existed when I was in grad school. I felt like there were all these things we talked about all the time, and like how to sit down and write was not one of them.
Find us at draftingthepast.com and on Twitter and Instagram at draftingthepast. Happy writing!